Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions April 13, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. April 13, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman article. Minister of Finance. Iraq seeks to deepen economic partnerships and finance priority projects. Wow. This is a massive indicator that Iraq is going to balance her financial position with the region. This is about her integration into the global financial system. Iraq is going to utilize other countries' financial experiences. The efforts are all for developing priority projects, likely to include 4 million housing units, industrial cities and major projects. They are not going to do this with 1,310 Iraqi dinars per 1 USD. It is blatantly obvious now. April 13, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 article quote. With the full support of the government and in collaboration with Oliver Wyman Consulting. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, today unveiled reform plans aimed at modernizing the Iraqi private banking sector. This is beautiful monetary reform education. Article quote. The reform process will be a multi-stage journey. The first assessment cycle is expected to begin in the first quarter of 2026. Implementation is Indiana 2025. A year later they assess it to see if it was successful with the citizens. You think the reform process is to put it, bring it, leave it or take it to 1310? Law. April 13, 2025 Intel Guru Bruce, via Wiser Now, at 2 a.m. on the 10th Iraq put out and has an international rate for their dinar. Do I know what it is? No, but it is an international rate that was put out for the people to see. Now, where does that put us? We are at the position right now where we are waiting for something to happen, and sounds like we're just about there. That is what we're hearing, that we were at the finish line. April 13, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat to summarize the status of the RV. If we follow the news and progress in Iraq, there is going to come to a point in time when they begin talking more and more about 3 topics in their news. The project to delete the zeros, the digital dinar and the WTO accession. I am told that when these 3 issues come up in the news in a short span apart and discussed in detail, we can expect something big to occur, and my CBI contact informed me she was already told to prepare going back to the committee for the currency change out to the newer lower denominations. So we know this period of time is closer than we think with the convergence of these 3 topics in the news. The 12th of April 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 The Vietnamese dong never attracted my attention until now. I have an itch that will not stop. China is so stubborn. I think we need to learn more about Vietnam, not just the dong. We need to look at the whole infrastructure of Vietnam, starting with their politicians, their futures, their resources, their banking structure. I want to learn an awful lot about them. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. They're having these meetings with US investors, bankers, businessmen, because they're ready to go. You're not going to build 4 million housing units, industrial cities and other major projects at 1310 to 1 United States dollar. I think that's blatantly obvious now. I think it should be by everybody. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound Guru Pimpy Community Comment. Pipe dream. I wouldn't say so much that it's a pipe dream, but if they do the deletion of the zeros, which I'm anticipating is going to happen when they go digital, if they do that, you're not going to get millions of dollars. You still might be able to get a profit. But if you think you're going to be in Vegas snorting cocaine off of hookers' asses and getting bombed with alcohol, you're sadly mistaken. It's not going to happen. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru FNULNU The dinar can continue on, as long as Iraq wishes, at 1310. The VND, Vietnamese dong, is current trading at 25,575 Vietnamese dongs to $1 USD, has been for a long time, is an industrial powerhouse, and traded on Forex. To say the IQD cannot go on at 1310 is sheer ignorance. The 12th of April 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 The need, the requirement, the evidence of a new exchange rate is everywhere. The 12th of April 2025 Intel, Newshound Guru Mark Z, via PDK, article. Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent. In today's meeting to confirm the start of discussions on reciprocal trade with Deputy Prime Minister of Vietnam. One of the outstanding issues was the exchange rate. They want Vietnam to raise the exchange rate. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound Guru Hennig article. US and Vietnam agree to launch talks on reciprocal trade deal, including tariff negotiations. Quote, Vietnam expressed its readiness to work closely with US counterparts to implement the outcomes of the recent April 4 dialogue between General Secretary To Lam and President Donald Trump, aiming to ensure stable and sustainable economic cooperation for the benefit of both nations' businesses and people. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound Guru Claire article. Al-Sudani announces a 128% increase in customs revenues and a 22% increase in tax revenues. Quote, Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani announced on Monday that customs revenues increased by about 128% and tax revenues by about 22%, higher than previous years. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman article. Quote, Iraq seeks to deepen economic partnerships and finance priority projects. They talked about JP Morgan being involved. It's one of the biggest banks in the world. Why would they be coming in and staying around thinking they're going to fund all these investments with an exchange rate that's basically a form of currency manipulation? The 12th of April 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report. Frank. Hey Sammy, I have a question for you. The fact they are coming out with a digital currency to me tells me there is a new exchange rate because 1310 does not even make sense when you try to calculate it digitally. Firefly. Sammy says for you to consider that if they go digitally it will be related to a fixed rate, so it doesn't have to be raised. But who would do this on a program rate? No one would. No one has. Going digital will definitely be good for our security and stability. The 12th of April 2025 Intel, News H Sound Guru Baby's mom. According to what I heard, the RV happened on March 28 in Iraq and has not been made international yet. Just like when Kuwait revalued, it happened in Kuwait on March 24, 1991, a Sunday, during Ramadan. It was announced in the NY Times on March 25, but not made international for days. The 12th of April 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goad. What we do have is yet more good news, this time stemming around building the Iraqi economy. Iraq is moving ahead regardless of the many obstacles they keep throwing in front of them. This is the uphill battle they fight every day. The news no longer revolves all around the corruption but instead the Rafidane Bank and the use of it along with the digital dinar for dealing in foreign transactions. Iraq is now building their data center to handle the digital dinar and it is soon to come online. The 12th of April 2025 Intel Guru Bruce, via Wiser Now. What we're hearing is that, yes, definitely in play, is for the exchanges to start over the weekend. Saturday or Sunday. We have heard that the start of exchanges are to be underway well before Easter, Sunday, 20th of April. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: IraqiDinarChat.net